Hey there, viewers, it's Charlie. I'm back again with another Transformers review. And today's review is going to be on Legacy Red Cog. Now, upon first glance, this guy might just seem like a simple redeco of Siege Cog. However, once we get to the accessories, this guy is more than just a redeco. So, yeah. Now, of course, just taking a look at the packaging, we've got the standard Legacy Deluxe class packaging. So we've got the vehicle mode art, got his name right here, Red Cog, which, well, I do see some red on him. Got the windowless style of packaging. The side, we've got a picture of Red Cog here. The other side, we've got some of the Autobots. The back, we've got them in both modes. Sort of a quick peek at what he comes with, which we'll take a look at later. Got the components, because of course, seeing how he's a redeco of Cog, he is a weaponizer, and that's pretty much it for the box. So yeah. Now, of course, why is this guy red? I mean, is this like a reference to the Master Force Cog that came with, I think it was Brave Maximus? Well, the Netflix War for Cybertron series did have a few security officers which were recolors of Cog's CGI model, so I think this is meant to be a figure of one of those security officers. Although, why they named it Red Cog, I'm not so sure. Maybe it's just a more marketable name. I do wonder when we're gonna get green and yellow Cog, though. Or we could say that this is the version of Cog that the red team uses. But enough Team Fortress 2 references. Let's take a look at the actual figure. Now, of course, this is pretty much just Cog, although redecoed to have a bit more red on him. Although, yeah, it's not really that much more red. It's pretty much just on the arms, the wheels, and on the bits of the legs here. The rest is made up by some black and a bit of grey here. So, yeah. Of course, we still got the visible head right there. And on my copy, one of the pegs is broken off. That was entirely my fault. And we'll get more onto that later. But yeah, some play features in this mode. You can tilt these up if you want to. So yeah. And of course, what with this being a Siege redeco, it can of course take a couple blast effects. So you see like the little nubs on the front here. You can plug in some blast effects right there. And of course the little tilting guns can also take blast effects. So you can just plug those in. Plus you also have the little front bits there, which can also take blast effects. I don't have a fourth one, but well, you get what I mean. So even when he's not armed, he can still shoot at his opponents, which is amazing. So yeah. And of course, seeing how this is meant to be a Cog redeco, You can, of course, split into, I guess, Red Gasket and Red Grommet. Yeah, these aren't really officially named, so... Although, one thing I do like is, on the original Siege figure, the connection was very loose, whereas on this version, I can shake it all I want, and it takes quite a couple of shakes for it to come loose, so the connection has definitely been improved. Whereas on the Siege version, all I had to do was pick it up and it would come loose. So that's definitely an improvement. So yeah. Now for accessories, well, of course, we still get the standard 2 guns here. And for blast effect compatibility, yep. And with standard cog, that's all you would get. But with this release, well, if you remember the back of the box, you get all of this. After this, he's priced at like what, £35 in UK currency. So this guy's essentially a weapons pack. So if we try and go in order here, of course we get the two standard guns that COG normally comes with. This gun, along with this extender, these two bombs, which you can connect them. I'm not going to do it fully because it's very hard to it's very hard to separate them afterwards, but you can connect them if you want. This, I guess, grenade launcher. These little extensions. This here gun. This gun as well. And this. This is where my first stop's working. If you see that, that's where the peg went for this. I had it attached onto here, like the instructions say, and it pretty much just welded itself onto the peg. So, yeah, you can pretty much see what happened. Like, of course, its snapping off was entirely on me, I get that, but it basically became impossible to remove without it snapping, so I don't know what happened. If anything, I probably just had it on the wrong way. Yeah, that's probably what happened. What happened, but still. But small oopsie aside, can you attach all of this onto his vehicle mode? Well, of course, these two guns can, because they're from the blue cog. We'll call them from now on. But the rest of this stuff, well, this can slide onto here. Just be careful not to snap the peg off. These two bomb halves can peg onto here. Yeah, it can be easier said than done though. And of course, Grommet has just decided to come off. Still a better connection than the Siege version though. With this attaches on. And by the looks of it, blast effect compatible. Yep. With this attaches onto here for vehicle mode. Again, blast effect compatible. This attaches onto here, so it's like a little grenade launcher. I probably have these on the wrong thing. Fairly certain I do. This is meant to actually... There we go. This is meant to go on here. Whereas this is meant to go onto here, I'm fairly certain. So these guns go on here, although this one, the way that sort of, it's a hexagonal peg, so trying to move it's a bit awkward. And then this just plugs into there. And then with this pipe, that would normally just go into here, although... Yeah, of course, it's broken off now, so... Maybe the best thing to do is just... I don't know. Leave it off to the side or something. But yeah, here we have Red Cog all armed up. And seriously, this just looks amazing. Seriously, this guy just looks like he's ready to kick someone's tailpipe. And if we just compare it to Blue Cog, which keep in mind, this is the one with the poor connection. I mean, if I just... You see? I mean, granted, Siege Cog does have a more metallic color to him, but... Still, this guy only has these two guns here. So I think it's no contest. Plus, I can spin this guy around by gasket and he doesn't fall apart. Whereas with this guy, he's sort of like, yeah, you can sort of see that. So, yeah. So, getting on to the transformation. So, to get this guy transformed, well, of course, seeing how he's a weaponizer, he, of course, parts forms. So, of course, you start by splitting gasket and grommet. Then, of course, you take off the arms. Get the legs out. And on this copy, this leg is a bit loose, unfortunately. We're just going to try and tilt the camera upwards. Come here. Get the head up. Turn that around. Slot that in. And then with the arms, pretty much just plug them into there. And here we have Red Cog in robot mode. Yeah, pretty simple transformation. Like, not counting Battle Masters, this is one of the most simple transformations in my collection of War for Cybertron and Legacy figures. Like, the back of the box literally just says 8 steps. Seriously, 8 steps. But hey, it's nice and simplistic, so... And plus, this guy does have weaponizer stuff to deal with as well, so... You know. But while taking a look at the robot mode, once again, not really that much red on him. It's pretty much just the shoulders, the guns on the arms, the head, and some bits on the legs. Oh, and the wheels, but... Yeah. I feel like I could have come up with a better name, like... I don't know. Not Gear, because, you know, Gears is already a character. Like... Even if they just called him, like, Officer, because, like, Security Officer was his name in the Netflix show. Or even just come up with an entirely new name, because That's what they did with the fossilizers and even the upcoming Scrap Hook. I don't know, they're probably just... I mean, this was a store exclusive, so I think it was more just like the actual store that came up with this character or something. Well, the figure, I mean, not the actual character, but you know what I mean. Well, looking at the head, yeah, once again, it's just the Cog's head, but all in the red color. Well, for the accessories, oh boy. Well, to start, of course, we got the two bomb halves, which can just plug into, well, his chest. So we got that going on. With these two guns, we're going to actually swap these. If I remember correctly, if I just... Yeah, I haven't transformed this guy since I got him, just because of that peg issue, if you remember. Yeah, if I remember, this plugs into the side of his arm. He holds this gun. This simply slides into his arm. This would normally slide into his other arm, but of course, as you know, so instead I'll just find somewhere else to put it. And with these two guns, well, the instructions don't really tell you where to put them in the big loadout mode, I'll call it. So, what I like to do, I just like to plug these into this gun here. And, well, that's pretty much it for Cog's weaponry. I mean, it's definitely way more than what the blue Cog has. But yeah, this snapping definitely does suck, although, yeah, as I said, that was on me. Yeah. And I'll probably just like either put this off to the side or just plug this into here or something like this. Like this could be like a, I don't know. But yeah. Now, oop. Okay, this is not the time to be like movie jazz, okay? And don't worry, he does not do that often. Probably just because we're on camera. Now, aside from this gun here, all these guns are Blast Effect compatible, so yeah. And if you want to be all Inception-like and give this guy some more weaponizers, then go ahead. Well, of course, knowing me, I'm just gonna give this guy some Blast Effect feats, if I can find the second one. Which I cannot, because we're on camera, and of course, when you're recording, everything goes wrong. So yeah. well, just comparing this guy with his blue counterpart, who is significantly less armed, but at least still has the peg here. So yeah. Yeah, I'll find a better place to put this pipe, but this is just me improvising for now. Now, if we just remove all of the weaponry, because, of course, we need to show off the articulation and the weaponizer modes. Of course, they're the same as cogs, but, well, the instructions do show someone to combine with. Now, posability is pretty much just the same as cogs. So, you can look side to side. You can sort of look up if you do this. The arms can, of course, move. Just be careful not to actually pull them off. If you get these out of the way, he can T-pose. So there's that. It's got elbows, bicep rotation, sort of waist rotation. He can amputate himself, which is sort of a QC issue. Legs can go forward that far, back that far. You can do the splits. And some really good ankle pivots. And a really, really good knee bend. And if you want to reenact Ruby Jazz, then go ahead. Perhaps this is a bigger flaw than I thought with this figure. I don't know. Now, normally this is where I'd end the video, but remember, this is a weaponizer. So, of course, you can combine with other figures. And as you can see, the instructions show what looks to be skids. I don't know, they don't really name who the figure is like they used to do with the War for Cybertron trilogy, so I'm just going to assume it's skids. So for this, we're going to use skids. I could use Burnout because her colors work a bit better, but I'm assuming they're showing skids in the instructions. And yeah, I don't really do the weaponizer modes that much, so sorry if I'm a bit sluggish because I'm going to follow the instructions for this. Well, to start off with the first loadout, we're just going to split this guy in half, transform the head, take the arms off, remove this guy's legs, move these bits down, and these pretty much just form like platform shoes for skids. Now this component, I'm going to get the actual peg section out. Then with these, you want to actually attach them onto here. So now that you've got all that, you can attach these onto Skids' feet as shoes. This can just form some sort of like handheld weapon of some sort. I don't really know. And this is actually the tricky bit. Trying to attach this onto Skids' back because this keeps wanting to go back in. Yeah, it's best to just try and wiggle it in. And here we have Skids, and if I remember, I think this was the defensive loadout. I can't remember what was the defensive and the I can't remember what was the defensive loadout and what was the offensive loadout. It doesn't say in the well, the instructions don't really say. And of course, you can plug in Skids' normal guns, but I'm not going to do that here. So Skids gets these shoulder guns, this weapon, which if I remember on Siege figures normally went up on the shoulder, although seeing how Skids doesn't really have the shoulder ports, it now goes over his hand, and these big platform shoes, which, as you can see, he's a bit top heavy because he's got no heels. So, you know what that means. Yeah, I feel like this is sort of improvised just because Cog was a weaponizer. So let's move on to the second mode. So, getting Red Cog back into his robot mode. To get him into the second loadout, of course, we're gonna split him in half again. Of course, transform the head again. Or in fact, we're just gonna spin around the head this time. We're not gonna move it down. Move the arms. Then move the... Well, we'll move these sections down so it's like this. Then get this little peg out. Then with this, get this little back peg out. Rotate this. And then orientate these in such a way so they're like little cannons. And well, turns out I actually can't really do this mode now because, well, the joys of discovering stuff on camera. But thankfully, I can improvise. Thank you, Blu-Tack. Yeah, I just discovered that I can't really do this mode without the help of Blu-Tack now, seeing how, well, I remember, this pretty much just broke off, if you remember. Try and keep it away from this so I don't get Blu-Tack gumming up this. It's a bit of a, yeah, a bit of a bad fix, but I just discovered on camera that I can't really do this mode because of the broken peg. Because, as you can tell, I'm not that good at reviewing. So you've got these, and yeah, if you want, you can plug the guns on top, but I'm not really going to do that. So you can just attach these on. You can just attach onto the handle of the arm, and you've got this. Yeah, not really much to say other than, well, of course, I need Blu-Tack now because yeah. Thankfully, I'm just going to keep Red Cog displayed in robot mode for most of the time, so... But well, that's pretty much it for the two loadouts. But well, that's pretty much all I have to say about Red Cog. If I can actually get him standing. Also, yeah, I found a place for the pipe, transforming him quickly for the ending bit. Overall, I quite like him. I mean, yeah, I did accidentally break a peg off. That's necessary for one of the weaponizer modes, but I'm not going to take points off the figure for that. That was entirely my fault. But, well, comparing him to standard Blue Cog, well, this guy actually holds together a bit better when it comes to the vehicle mode. However, in robot mode, his legs do have a bit of trouble staying together. But when it comes to the weaponizer modes, I find this guy holds together way better. Because I remember with Blue Cog, it was impossible to have the weaponizer modes just have to, like, the backpack on Blue Cog in weaponizer mode just would not stay on. It would just keep like turning. Whereas with this guy, it just stays on way better. However, actual complaints aside from the leg, I feel like the amount of accessories is a bit too. Well, I find it a bit too overwhelming. I mean, this guy's like £30 because of that. I mean, I suppose it's understandable. I don't know how Hasbro could release a weapons pack for Transformers without a figure. I, I don't know, but still. But that's just me looking for complaints because I don't know. I guess I just kind of like the weaponizers. I know they're not everyone's thing, but I just find them kind of fun. And it's definitely getting me excited for Scrap Hook. So, do I recommend this guy? Well, as I said, the weaponizers are not everyone's thing. So, if you're not a fan of the weaponizers, then yeah, this guy's not going to be for you. Especially seeing how he's like, what, £10 more than normal deluxes are? Just because of all the weapons. So, if you like the weaponizers, then sure, go ahead. But yeah, if you're not a fan of the weaponizers, or the fact that this guy's like, what, £10 more than most deluxes are, then yeah, he might not be for you. So yeah, this has been my review for Legacy Red Cog, and this is Charlie Young signing off.